there, and welcome back to another episode of Midland Movie News with me, Lewis Marshall, and Matt Riley.
Hello.
Uh, got three sort of news articles to go through with you all on this video, and then we're also going to be watching and reacting the latest trailer for Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which came out a couple of days ago. So we'll look at that towards the end of the video. But we've got a couple of, let's say, three articles to look at. So first one is in relation to the upcoming Insomniac Wolverine game. There has now been a release date confirmed. We've then got some potential news on a potential new streaming partner for BBC and Doctor Who. And finally, we'll be looking at the now cancelled Hunt for Ben Solo movie. We've got a little bit more sort of details in relation to that recently, so we thought we'd discuss that as well. Should we jump into things then, Matt? Are you all ready to go?
Yeah. Should we start with Wolverine?
Yeah, we'll make a start with the Wolverine news. So, those of you that are aware out there, gamer-wise, Insomniac, the company behind the very popular PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man games, are now branching out to Wolverine as their next character that they want to sort of focus on. The game itself was announced. What did it say on the thing? It was announced way back at the Game Awards back in 2021 with a sort of a brief cinematic reveal. Then everything sort of went quiet for a bit, and then last year we got a small sort of teaser trailer, very gory teaser trailer, sort of showing various locations and obviously Wolverine, a few characters as well. There was a tease for Mystique and Omega Red. And you got a bit of voice work for the actor Liam McIntyre, who's obviously voicing Wolverine, and then it's gone quiet again. And then all of a sudden today, what are we on today, Matt? The 24th of February. We've suddenly got a release date of the 15th of September this year.
So was that trailer that I watched earlier a teaser trailer?
So that was the teaser trailer that was shown last year.
Because that was like 2 odd minutes long. Is that short? Is that short for a game trailer? Is it?
About right.
So is that just a trailer? It's not a teaser trailer.
Yeah. So what you've seen in there probably will have been like cutscenes that you'll be seeing in the game and such.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the graphics are going to look. But yeah, so it was announced 5 years ago. It went quiet for pretty much 4 years. Then you got that trailer that you watched just before we started recording. And then we've got obviously the announcement, the official release date of the 15th of September this year, which I'm looking forward to because I really enjoyed the Spider-Man games, Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was like the middle game, and then Spider-Man 2 where you get to play them both. So I believe it's going to be set within sort of the same universe, so there might be the potential for there being a crossover game later down the line with Spider-Man and Wolverine, or maybe they're building to their own sort of Avengers game, perhaps.
Was that game was it an Avengers game or something? That was in like, I'm sure it was set in like a World War or something that had like Captain America. Is that in the same kind of universe then? I
don't know. So there has been they have had their own Avengers game, but it wasn't Insomniac that did it. And I've not played that, and I've heard it kind of bombed a bit. And then the one that you're referring to,
it had like Black Panther's dad and stuff in it, and that kind of,
it was Captain America and Black Panther, and it was sort of set in and around the war. But I think that's done by another development team as well, so I don't know if they're going to be classed as being in the same universe. But as far as I'm aware, because it's Insomniac that is doing this Wolverine game, that should be based in the same universe as the Spider-Man game. Within those games, obviously, the Avengers are a formed team. There is an Avengers Tower. You get to see the Sanctum Sanctorum, the Baxter Building. So all the
in
big
Spider-Man,
hitters, in Spider-Man, yeah. So you get to see the Baxter Building. So Fantastic Four are in that universe. Doctor Strange is in that universe. So the Avengers Tower's there. So you would assume that Iron Man, Cap, Thor are all relevant in that. So there is the potential for Insomniac to keep producing these story-driven games based on these characters.
So do they ever show up, or is it just like teased? Because I've not really played any of the games, so the old Spider-Man games. Or does it stick like solely to Spider-Man stuff?
It sticks specifically to Spider-Man and his roster of villains, but the locations for the other heroes are very much within that world. In Spider-Man 2, there's a mission where you chase down Black Cat as Miles Morales,
Mm.
and she's stolen like some kind of magical scepter from Doctor Strange, which like portals around the city. So he's definitely within that particular universe, and obviously the Baxter Building's there. Um, you even get Matt Murdock's lawyer off, his lawyer office in there as well. So there's the potential that you could get a Daredevil team up.
So it's just the
Um,
locations, it's not the actual characters that show up.
not the characters, but they are referenced and things like that. So
I
they're
wonder,
within world.
I wonder why that is. That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Um,
Think it's like a rights thing, or
could be. It could just be that they just obviously they were trying to focus solely on obviously like Spider-Man and
I
things like
suppose.
that. So and now obviously they're now branching out to Wolverine. And I'm just looking at the official sort of web page for it. Like I say, the one that you've seen, the trailer that you've just watched, you've obviously got Mystique makes an appearance. Omega Red is in there. Um, it's saying it's an original story. Wolverine is on the hunt to uncover the secrets of his dark past that keep eluding him. In search of his answers, he will. In search for answers, his search for answers, I should say, will send him on a perilous excursion to exotic locations, including the nation of Madripoor, which obviously that's the island nation that appears in Falcon and Winter Soldier series.
Mm.
So they're delving into some comic lore there. Forested wilderness of Canada, narrow streets of Tokyo, and I think Brazil shows up in that trailer as well. So it's going to be kind of open world, but it'll be in various different locations, which will be quite good. And with it being Wolverine, it's going to be very, very bloody. Let's face it, you can't play Wolverine and go around knifing people with your adamantium claws without seeing some blood and guts.
I mean,
Um,
looks more Wolverine than like half of the Wolverine films, to be fair. But yeah,
mm,
definitely, I like how he's like very animalistic. Just like all the snarling and stuff like
yeah.
and stuff. You don't really like Hugh Jackman kind of like veered away from that a little bit. I feel like after like I
Mm.
don't know, the second one, maybe the second X-Men film, he didn't do that as much. He wasn't like as like feral.
Kind of brought it back for Deadpool and Wolverine, but
Yeah,
I know what you're getting at. Yeah, but that might have just been what the directors told him to do.
maybe.
They might have told him to tone back on the animalistic side of things, which is obviously very iconic for Wolverine. So it's nice to see that you're going to get that brutality and whatnot in this game. And much like the Spider-Man games, the costume is going to be very interchangeable. So you will more than likely get, as you progress through the game, some of the really iconic costumes that Wolverine wears within the comic books. Um,
So in the Spider-Man games, do you like can you alternate through them when you want, or is it like story specific?
so the first game is just Peter Parker.
Mm.
Miles is introduced, but he's as a side character. You can't.
A bit like
Well,
how you said like you get different costumes and stuff.
oh yeah, yeah.
Are
So
they
you can.
like interchangeable, or are they like story
Yeah, yeah.
like plot
You,
specific to like when
some of
you're
them
doing
are
certain missions and stuff?
plot specific. So you have to do a certain point in the story to unlock them. But
Yeah.
then after that, you can chop and change them whenever you want. So I imagine it will be the same for Wolverine. Um, some of the images that I've got up at the moment, obviously, there is the iconic sort of yellow and blue costume with a cowl. There's one where he's wearing like a fur coat, jeans, and a vest. There's one where he's in a plaid shirt with a cowboy hat. So potentially they will be sort of unlockable at certain points in the game. And then after you've done that particular mission, that you can then interchange as much as you want. Um, it'll be good. It'll be interesting. And the Insomniac games are very story and character driven. So you, I would hope that the storyline that they're going to give is going to be really, really good.
What other games do they do? I don't even know, other than Marvel.
Um, let's have a quick look.
So I don't really have time for games these days. Wish I did, but
Because I've only known him obviously for the two Spider-Man games, but you would Ratchet and Clank,
oh
heard of
yeah,
them?
yeah,
They would have been around when we were much younger.
yeah.
Um, well, that's it. Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. They're the ones that are coming up on their website. So, or at least they're their featured games, I would imagine. Oh, Spyro.
Make Spyro, do
Apparently,
they?
they were behind Spyro. Yeah,
Oh,
fantastic. I didn't realise that.
Spyro's still going, or they're just re-releasing the old games?
Well, they did Spyro between '96 and 2000 on the PS1. Um, so they
Oh,
did 3 games for Spyro. By the looks of it,
oh, and they haven't
and
done
then it might have been.
the recent ones now.
It's not looking like it.
So I'm sure a new
But
one
they
came
said,
out recently.
yeah, I know they've like remastered some of them, the newer gen consoles. So whether they were involved in that or not, I'm not too sure. But they certainly did Spyro in the between '96 and 2000. Ratchet and Clank, they've done pretty much all of the games for. And then obviously Spider-Man. Now moving on to Wolverine, but they're good. They're good.
Do you
I
think?
always enjoyed the Spyro games as well. So, sorry, you're going to say? Do I think?
Um, do you think that now video games are get like TV and film are going big into video games? Do you think games are going to go the same way, where they're like going like branching out into different, making their own like gaming universe? Do you think? I don't know. Or...
Yeah, yeah, certainly. And specifically, if you're looking at like these Marvel games, obviously Marvel themselves will be involved in the writing and development of them. So you'll have they reference obviously the comic books, but then they'll probably build in some of their own lore as well.
Hmm.
In the second Spider-Man game, one of the missions where you play as Miles, you end up you're tracking down like some little spider bots, and you end up at one where there's a spider bot by a bar, and then a like portal opens, but it's not one of the Doctor Strange ones. It's a different portal, and then inside that, it is the design is the same design as what it is in the Into the Spider-Verse films.
Oh yeah.
So they're actually referencing other universes out there as well. So they've even referenced sort of like the multiverse ever so slightly in the games. And it was teased that it's Oscar Isaac that plays Spider-Man
2099.
2099 in those. Yeah, so it's he's sort of teased within the game because of the multiverse angle. So even if they're building their own universe, they could still look at referencing things that are done in the films and things like that. So be interesting.
That'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, not long to wait really.
Mm.
What, 7 months?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes. Around about the time I normally have a week off in September, so that's quite convenient.
I mean, I don't really know anything about release windows for games, so is September a good time? I don't know.
I don't think it really matters. I know it's building up to Christmas, I suppose. I think it depends on the title. If it's anticipated to be a big game, I don't think it matters when it's going to release. It's going to make money. So yeah, should be good.
Exciting stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you looking forward to it? Looking forward to shredding some bad guys. I know.
Wolverine style.
I know Lewis is.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know in the comments if you are looking forward to slashing up some guys in September playing the Wolverine game. Is it cross platform, or is it a PlayStation?
PlayStation exclusive.
Oh, hang on then. All you PlayStation gamers out there, lucky guys. Right, moving on to HBO again. HBO is featuring a lot in this movie show recently. I'm pretty sure it's been the last like month of shows we've had like a HBO thing every month, every week. So this week it's Doctor Who apparently is potentially being picked up by HBO, which I find very exciting. I don't know about our resident Whovian. What do you think about it, Lewis?
Interesting. So there's nothing
Is it better than
fully
Disney owning them or helping them? Should I say?
depends entirely because obviously the deal that they had with Disney was that Disney would be the streaming platform for it worldwide.
Mm.
And then obviously they've ended their tenure with Doctor Who because obviously they'll have been like, oh, well, it's not got as many subscribers as we'd have wanted, and blah this and blah that, which is why they've dropped it. So they obviously pumped a lot of money into it, which certainly helped in terms of the production design. The special effects went through the roof because they obviously had more money for it. So while the show looked good on a production scale, obviously it still had the same writing issues that Doctor Who has had for the last 7 or 8 years now, annoyingly. So even if HBO come in with a similar deal to what Disney did, we'll stream it worldwide for you, give you X amount of budget, it still might look good, but if it's not hitting things right on the page, it's still going to have the same old problems. But it's interesting because obviously the worry was that because obviously the writing has been a problem, the worry was that the show might then go on a hiatus again like it did in the 80s, because they're not getting the money in from elsewhere, and it is one of the biggest IPs for the BBC. So suppose if they are going to be getting some kind of funding from another company such as HBO, then it can only be a good thing. Keep the show going at least. I think you've got a slightly different article to the one I've got, so I've got it up on Radio Times.
Yeah.
It's saying that the BBC is set to partner with HBO on a couple of new shows. And then when the director of BBC Drama was asked whether or not the partnership would potentially extend to Doctor Who as well, she didn't rule it out, telling Deadline in the interview, "We'll wait and see how we figure it out. HBO have been a great partners with us creatively. There's lots of stuff that's changing out there." So there's no confirmation that HBO will definitely be stepping into taking over the streaming rights for Doctor Who on a worldwide scale, but they're clearly partnering up with BBC to help on productions of other programmes. So why not take one of the biggest ones that the BBC's got to offer?
On the article I've got, it says many believe that should Doctor Who return after its disastrous Disney partnership, it would have to do so with budget restrictions. And in response to this, Lindsay Salt, the director of BBC Drama, said that I managed to walk into this job when pro market imploded, and I've learned a lot about the tenacity of producers and writers to make things at all budget levels. Things are getting funded in so many different ways now. Interesting.
I mean, don't get me wrong, if they take upon the streaming rights for Doctor Who and they say, right, we'll sign this deal and we'll stream it worldwide, this is you'll get 500 million a series, top of my head, then don't get me wrong, the writers are going to become far more ambitious as to what they want to put in their scripts, because they're going to think we've got the budget for it. But I still think that they need to.
I'm reading this article about, and it says about HBO coming to England. I forgot about Harry Potter. I bet that's why it's coming to England, and I bet that's why I want Doctor Who as well. So it appeals more to the UK.
Yeah, so it's as a streaming service, HBO Max has only been sort of overseas.
Yeah.
But it is coming to the UK as a service for us.
That'll be why
later this year.
That'll be why they want Doctor Who, definitely.
Doctor Who won't be available on it though.
Won't it?
No. So when Disney had it, you could not watch Doctor Who on Disney in the UK. You could only watch that on BBC iPlayer. So it'll be the same.
Huh.
Yeah, it'll be the same over here with HBO. So HBO Max will come to the UK, You'll be able to sign up for it, so you can watch obviously the Harry Potter TV series when that comes out, Penguin and all that stuff, which normally you'd have to, in Game of Thrones universe, which you'd normally have to watch through Sky. Um, so that'll all be available. But Doctor Who itself, I would imagine the BBC would turn around and go, you can stream it worldwide, but we will be streaming it on our iPlayer service here in the UK,
Oh yeah,
because that's what
maybe.
they did with Disney.
Hmm.
And that might be why one of the reasons why Disney pulled out, because they probably turn around then and say, well, we're losing out on the UK market. But
Hmm. Yeah,
you
I
know,
suppose.
if you've got, and there will potentially be people watching who don't pay their TV license, but you've got people here in the UK who pay their TV license for the BBC and things like that. So you could then watch things on terrestrial TV or through iPlayer. Why you then want to have to pay an extra amount of money for HBO to watch the same program? So, but yeah,
I mean, everything I've watched on HBO, well, that is HBO produced, like Game of Thrones and all that stuff, and like most recently, like A Night of the Seven Kingdoms and stuff, has been like really good. So, but how much like influence do you think the distributor actually has on the actual thing? Because obviously earlier you were saying like, oh yeah, it can look good, but will it be
they might
written
have
well?
they might have some say and some sway on the production and how things go.
Hmm.
But ultimately, whoever the head writer is for the show, so during the Disney tenure, it was obviously Russell T Davis. He will be the one that is having the final say on the plots, the scripts, who's
Hmm.
writing them, because he's obviously the sort of the executive producer and the head writer. So as long as him or somebody else, whether they bring back Stephen Moffat for another go or they gave it to Mark Gatiss, for example, they would still sort of have the overarching say as to who's coming in writing the stories, what they want to be written, and whatnot. I don't know whether or not HBO would have as much of a say in that. Um,
Hmm.
they might be able to turn around and go, yeah, that's fine. Use this company for the production for the monsters, or you've been using this company for your CGI when actually this one's better. So they might have more say on that,
Hmm.
but I don't know if they'll have a lot of say in terms of the actual writing, which has been the main problem for what, like I said, the last 7 or 8, maybe even the last 10 years.
Who would you want to come in to do the writing?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Hmm. Is
It is a tough one.
no one your favourite?
Not all I can think of. Not that anyone's available.
Hmm.
Um, I think a few years back, you might have maybe said like Neil Gaiman, but obviously he's radioactive now because of whatever's happened in
Hmm.
his personal life. Um, he may have been good a few years ago before whatever's kicked off with him. Mark Gatiss has always done the odd script, so whether or not he would be good to take over as the head writer is a possibility. Um, but he does tend to work quite close with Stephen Moffat on stuff, so whether that brings him back in the fold as well again, um, or maybe they go with someone completely different. But
I wonder if it'll have a
it's not really.
I wonder if it'll have a different look again when it comes back, or will it be similar to what we had last time?
It will probably have a slightly different look because that's one of the things with Doctor Who is that every time it's changed its production teams or writers and things like that, or even the actor, um, things change up and it always looks a little bit different anyway. But that's the whole point is that it regenerates much like its character does.
Hmm. Suppose, yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but yeah,
There we go.
be interesting to see what happens and if HBO does get involved and starts throwing money their way,
Will it be more successful than Disney?
or will it last 2 years and then we'll be back in the same position again?
Poor Doctor Who.
Let us know in the comments
Yes.
what you think.
What did you think of the Disney bit of Doctor Who? Did you like it? Did you think it was disastrous, like this article seems to think it was?
If you want my opinion, you can go back and watch mine and Mark's review of Doctor Who since Russell T Davies came back, which was from July last year.
Do that. But yeah, let us know what you think of HBO taking on yet another property, taking over the world. I
But they are being quite successful with them at the moment.
suppose, yeah, they're not really had anything disappointing recently, have they, to be fair?
Hmm.
Penguin went down well.
Game of Thrones up to a point went down well, apart from the last series.
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has gone down well with most people. Have you watched
Not
that?
watched that yet.
It's really good.
No,
It's really
need
good.
to get around to it. I've not seen the second series of House of the Dragon either.
That's good too. I enjoy that.
But obviously, they did The Last of Us as well, which was good.
Mm,
So they are quite good at what they are putting out.
doing
Yeah.
well. Season 3 of Euphoria comes out this year as well. I really enjoyed that program. That's good.
Is that HBO as well?
Yeah, it's really
I have heard good
it's
things.
really
Good things about
it's really well made. It's very
that.
creative. I like it.
Might have to
Um,
give it a go.
mm. It's kind of it's a bit kind of teen dramery, but like in a creative way. If you know what I mean. It's kind of like the OC, but like literally on crack. Because it's mainly about drug addiction. But yeah, it's really interesting. I like it.
To let Amy know about that then, because she's been watching the OC of late.
Actually,
So maybe it'll be something for her to delve into.
I think you guys would like it. To be fair, it's very
Hmm.
raw. But yeah, it's interesting. I like Euphoria. Right, should we get into trailer time?
Yes.
Try to get a trailer in every episode. I mean, I've seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it just before we came on. So
We've talked about a trailer for Lee Cronin's The Mummy before, but this is I don't even know what to call it. Like a definitely a lot
this
more
is an official.
a lot more creepy version.
This is the official trailer. I think the one we watched previously was like the teaser trailer.
Yeah, I didn't have much in it really. This is
Mm.
definitely a lot more makes your skin crawl.
Well, for those that aren't aware, obviously, I don't. It's not a remake of the classic Brendan Fraser films.
It's really not. It's more like a remake
the
of the original, to be fair. I think.
Yeah, the blurb on IMDb says the young daughter of a journalist disappears into the desert without a trace. 8 years later, the broken family is shocked when she returns to them, as what would be a joyful reunion turns into a living nightmare.
Yeah, it's What did you think of the trailer, the new one? Did it scare you?
No, but it is just a trailer. I'm definitely getting that they are going down the horror vibes in this film. Really, really going for it. And we're getting quite a few horror films coming out this year. It seems to be the genre seems to be making a bit of a comeback, and not just slashers. They're looking like
Well,
we're
they're
getting
going
some
back to all
proper.
the classics, aren't they? Like Dracula
Yeah,
and
but I
Frankenstein
think
and all that kind of stuff.
they're not just all looking to go down the whole gore for gore's sake. I think they're trying to bring in like your classic jump scares and things like that. And from what I was getting from this trailer, I think that's the sort of thing you're going to see. Yes, you'll probably get some body horror, and supernatural horror, but I reckon you're probably going to get, because it's you're a parent, Matt. So if one of your kids was to disappear and then come back, that's a psychological trauma, psychological horror. So they're going to try and hit you with that as well. Bad looks of it. What did you think to the graphics? I'm getting the feeling that they are looking to use quite practical effects in this film as well.
Yeah, it looks very like visceral. You know what I mean? Like very tactile, and like things are peeling and like it's very gross, but in like a good way.
But again, that's it's one of the things that people are quite. It's one of the things that gets people quite a bit. So, like skin peeling off. Obviously, you was seen in that trailer where skin is being peeled off someone's flesh. That can quite easily get someone.
Yeah,
People don't like fingernails and things like that, do they? That freaks people out.
I don't like
So
body horror-y things and like
yeah.
invasion-y body. Like it freaks me
So
out. So yeah,
I
feel like
think we're going to get some of that in this film based off what that trailer shows. Might be able to splice a few stills in, maybe just to sort of give some examples.
I could play a bit of the. I'll probably meld a bit of the trailer into this episode. I think, to be fair, to show bits. To be fair.
Yeah, but it certainly looks good. Certainly looks like it's something that is potentially going to give people a bit of a scare. which is good.
But
You
yeah, I
want
don't.
that.
But yeah, there's some really weird and creepy like imagery in this that's like very disturbing. I like it. But be interesting to see if this affects how the new Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz is, like what direction that goes in. Whether it'll be more in keeping with the old ones or whether it's more creepy. I don't know. Or and
I think
scary.
that one probably will be,
More like Indiana Jonesy. Do you reckon?
yeah, more like what the earlier ones were like. Whereas this one is bringing back a classic monster that we'd have had from like the sort of early 1930s Hollywood and Hammer horror things. And it's focusing more on that side of stuff, but really upping the horror side of things.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm intrigued by the plot as well. To be fair, because it's definitely a different angle to come at a mummy story. I know that. Never seen anything like this before, really.
just I've not got the sound on. It's playing ever so briefly in the background on the IMDb page, and looking at because obviously it's the child that returns that sort of she's been found in a sarcophagus, hasn't she? So she's obviously maybe she's possessed by some kind of spirit, but it's the way that her body sort of is contorting. It's all like bent out of shape and things like that. She sort of twitches and in some of the scenes, um, which again could be they could use that quite well to the advantage of to scare people.
Kids in
Um,
horror films, man. Kids in horror always gets me.
mm,
Like kids in threat and kids like I don't know, creepy kids
yeah,
and stuff.
and
Yeah.
it looks like that's one of the things that they're gonna play on. Um, so it will be interesting.
But yeah, I've not seen the Evil Dead that Lee Cronin did, but apparently it's really good. So
Hmm.
I don't know what else he did to be fair, but
Cronin,
seems to be stuck on horror currently.
yeah, it looks that way. He did a film called Ghost Train, a
Oh,
short called Through the Night, A Hole in the Ground. Sort of, yeah, it does kind of look
another horror guy.
horror. Obviously, Evil Dead Rises. Um, so yeah, it might be his sort of speciality. Apparently, there's not much trivia to go on it because obviously it's not been released as of yet. But apparently, he cites 1982's The Poltergeist and mystery film Seven from '95 as influences for the story. So
Seven, as in David Fincher Seven, like Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman Seven. No.
yes,
Oh,
yeah, so that's cited as one of the inspirations for the story,
interesting.
as is Poltergeist.
Oh yeah, I
So
can see that with the kid influence. To be fair, and little girl. They're
yeah,
here.
looks interesting. Releasing on April 17th.
Oh, not long.
Mm.
I still need to get
Just
the.
odd actually. I'm on a ghost hunt that night.
Oh, that's funny.
So we're doing something another spooky thing instead of watching it on release night.
Why are
That
you
might be one
going?
for you.
Why are you going on a ghost walk in April? That's random.
It was available.
Are you looking all through the year? Are you? Or?
Whenever they're available. Yeah, this one's in the Halls of Justice in Nottingham.
Oh,
We did one at Woolerton last year. It was pretty good, and then the same sort of people that put that on are doing it at the Halls of Justice in April. So that's what we're going to.
fun.
Going ghost hunting.
Did you find any in Wilson Hall? Did you find the
I didn't know.
did you find the ghost of Bruce Wayne?
No, I was very disappointed. Very, very disappointed in that. But no, there was a couple that was in our group, and every room we went in, the man kept being touched. Ghosts kept touching him.
I mean,
I think he was.
was he a plant or was he like a?
I think he was a plant because it was just too irregular, too regular for it. Every so often, maybe like I felt a shiver down my spine, or did someone just touch me type thing. But no, it's every room we went in. Something's touching me. Something's touching me. Something's touching me. So I think he was a plant.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway,
have you guys seen the trailer for the newest trailer for The Mummy? Are you looking more forward to this one, or are you looking more forward to the Brendan Fraser one? It just depends on what kind of mummy you want, to be fair. Yeah, I think I'm equally interested in both because I like a bit of a variety. So
Well, like I said, there's a fair few horror films that are coming out in the next few months, so
yeah, we're going to
be
be
interesting to see.
reviewing one soon, aren't we?
Mm.
Doing we'll be out of the theatre for Scream 7. Will be out soon, so keep an eye out. And the spoiler review. I'm quite looking forward to that. Fair. I love a Scream. It's been a while. I'm trying to think how long it's been since Scream 6. It's got to be a good while now.
Yeah, a few years.
It's got to be at least 5. But,
Speaking of men that dress all in black,
have you seen that?
Kylo Ren.
Have you seen? Apparently, Sydney's got more than one kid as well. She's not just got one daughter. She's got 2 younger daughters as well.
Oh right, okay.
Apparently, but I find that odd because a Scream film has never had kids in it, has it?
No.
So I find that weird. But I feel like that would be one of those things where, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like take the kids and keep them safe, and then the other daughter will just randomly just stay behind for the rest of the film. Just be a bit odd, but because I can't envisage a Scream film having like little girls in it, because that seems they don't usually put little kids in danger. So interesting. But yeah, anyway, Kylo Ren.
Should I try my crossover again? Speaking of men in wearing all black with a mask
and masks, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming in this failed attempt at a Ben Solo film that he won't have had that. He won't have the black and the mask, but you never know. But yeah, apparently Steven Soderbergh and Adam Driver were trying to get a Ben Solo movie off the ground last year, but to no avail.
The Hunt for Ben Solo.
Yeah. Would it have been Star Wars: The Hunt for Ben Solo, or would it have just been The Hunt for Ben Solo?
Star Wars: The Hunt for Ben Solo, of which apparently Adam Driver has said was one of the coolest scripts he's ever been a part of.
Do we think that Dave Filoni now, taking pretty much complete control of Lucasfilm, could like resurrect that possibility, or do you think it's less likely now that he's taken over?
Might be a potential. It depends on how good he thought the script was and what the potential was for bringing the character back.
I mean, it sounds original because we've never brought a character back from the dead essentially before, really. And what are they? What are they on the hunt for him for exactly?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Like,
would it be Rey?
What, Rey hunting
trying
for
to
him?
Hunt him down to.
I mean, could they use that whole
resurrect him
dyad thing and say, like, oh, she's still in like contact with him through the Force kind of thing, even though he's dead? But, I don't know.
Could you just have him as a Force ghost for that? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Certainly, first 2 films of the sequel trilogy. For me, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo was probably the standout character. And then
not a fan in the third one, no.
I always had him down as having a redemption story. I'm not bothered by the fact that he returned to the light side. I just always assumed that it would be a switch. He would turn to the light, and Rey would turn to the dark side, even before the whole she's Palpatine's granddaughter type thing. Just always had that. So I always had a feeling that they were going to give him a redemption arc. I just thought it would be better than what they did, because I thought he was. Some people obviously say certainly within the Force Awakens, with a bit where he smashes up the computer bank on the Star Destroyer with his lightsaber. Oh, he's just a temper tantrum, another temper tantrum Skywalker. But the way that Adam Driver played the character, you could see that he was a character that had quite a lot of inner turmoil. He was, he'd gone to the dark side, but he was still consistently being pulled back to the light because of his mum and his dad and his family and things like that. So I thought he was genuinely one of the better characters within that. So if they were going to try and bring that character back, I'd certainly be all for it, especially if they're going to try and make it better than what it was in Rise of Skywalker. Now I like Adam Driver as a character as well. I think he plays that style of character really really well. Um, what do you think?
Um, I mean, if they can, it sounds like they figured out a way to for the film to make sense because apparently Kathleen Kennedy liked the script. Apparently, she thought it was great, but then Bob Iger and Alan Bergman rejected it. So I don't know. Which doesn't really say much because obviously they're like the CEOs and whatever. So like on a creative kind of thing, it could have been great, but
It doesn't state in the article on Hollywood Reporter as to why they rejected it.
hmm,
So were they rejecting it because Kathleen Kennedy was still in charge of Lucasfilm at that point, and they weren't overly happy with the direction she was taking the Star Wars projects in?
mm,
Because, like you say, now as Dave Filoni's in charge, could it be something that's revived and then Bob Iger and Alan Bergman turn around and say, "Yeah, actually, we will give it a go."
maybe, or
Um,
could it be merged into part of plans that Filoni's got, maybe, or I don't know.
Maybe.
But then has he really? He's not really been involved in any of the new trilogy, has he? I don't think.
He would have had some creative say
Hmm.
to it. So there's like a small group of people that sort of have they get together and have like it's like a writers' circle type thing to
Okay.
sort of discuss where they want the Star Wars stories to go. And I know that Dave Filoni is certainly one of those.
Hmm.
Um, so I would imagine he would have had some say in the sequel trilogy. Obviously, he focused more on like the TV side of it with Ahsoka and Clone Wars and things like that. But now, as he's president, he'll definitely have a lot more say. I mean, it might be that maybe he takes the script or certain ideas from the script and he puts it into the Ray movie instead. So he just merged the two together, maybe.
Hmm.
Um,
Because I could see a world where those two characters kind of work better together. You know what I mean, rather than separately. Like, 'cause obviously they were like connected in the new trilogy, kind of thing. So,
for the Force dyad.
and you did see. No, wait, was it? Was it Ray who was he? She healed things in the third one, didn't she? She like had the
Yes,
ability to
she
heal.
had the Force heal ability, so she healed the
So,
snake to get them out of the underground caves, and then she healed Ben Solo after she stabbed him.
so potentially, could she resurrect people as well? I don't know. Is that a
I
force
don't, I
thing?
don't, I don't know because obviously when Ben Solo dies, he
Like
becomes one
became,
with the Force,
yeah. So I don't
like
know.
like Obi-Wan and Yoda and Luke did.
Mm,
So there's nothing for her to physically touch to be able to, because the
no.
whole Force heal is effectively it's a sort of transferring of life energy to another being to heal their wounds. So with him not having physical form, the one thing I thought of when I saw that this was a potential idea would be one way around it would be the world between worlds, which you
Hmm.
see in Star Wars Rebels and obviously the Ahsoka series. So obviously when Ezra goes into the world between worlds in Rebels, he pulls Ahsoka into it just before Vader kills her, and then she goes
Oh
back.
yeah.
So could it be that maybe they would somehow use that to bring Ben Solo back?
Hmm.
Um, I don't know.
So would the hunt be like in the world between worlds?
Potentially, because
Hmm.
certainly in terms of
Because that was in Ahsoka the series, right? Wasn't it? Because
yeah,
that's where she
that's where
fights Anakin, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's quite
So
cool.
there is that's what I would have thought if
And
they were to go down.
Dave Filoni like did that series as well, didn't he? I think he was
Yes,
heavily involved in that live action
yeah.
series as well. So.
So, but if they were to look at doing the go down the sort of the traditional resurrection route, then in my mind, in the Star Wars universe, that would certainly involve more Sith practice than it would Jedi practice.
Hmm.
So, depending on who they have hunting for Ben Solo, they would need to know Sith rituals and being how to resurrect people.
Oh, it'd be interesting
So,
if
would
there
it be
was
a, a
the
dark
hunt.
side user.
Be interesting if the hunt was like on two sides as well. You know what I mean? Where it was like the light side and the dark side were looking for him. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah. But then again, that would then also then indicate that the force is out of balance again because you've got dark side practitioners again.
But is that why the
And
hunting? Is that why the hunting
the
for
for
him?
the force is sort of is meant to be in balance again now as the Sith have been destroyed. So
That'd be quite good, I think. To be fair. 'Cause I do really like the character, so
mm,
be a shame to like squander that character. I feel like
yeah.
there's a lot of potential in him.
And again, Adam Driver's really good with sort of these complex characters. Um, obviously, he's one of, if not the only fan cast that everyone wanted for Severus Snape in the Harry Potter TV series. Everyone wanted Adam Driver to play him because he thought that everyone would think he would play him really well, and I agree with that. I'm not taking anything away from the chap that they have hired,
Apparently,
but everyone
hasn't he
wanted
dropped out?
Adam Driver.
Hasn't he dropped out of it now? Apparently,
I don't know.
because
I've
of
not seen that.
because of the backlash against him being like a black actor and stuff. I'm sure he's dropped out. You know.
I've not seen that.
I
Maybe.
don't know. Maybe that was just a rumor, but don't know. I think I feel like I've heard that. So, but
Maybe that's one to look into.
I keep seeing fan. I don't know if it's fan casted. It might be rumors and stuff, but I keep seeing something about Andrew Garfield playing Lupin. Apparently, it's quite funny. But
Interesting.
I don't think they're going to go that big on the actors though, because there's no one in it yet that's massive, is there? There's no big actors in it yet.
Jonathan Lithgow playing Dumbledore.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not really like a current.
I mean, he's not done anything major
recently.
of late, but obviously, you know, he was Lord Farquaad in Shrek. He was the dad in Third Rock from the Sun. So he has got some sort of big titles in his repertoire.
I don't think they'd go for big people.
Nick Frost is playing Hagrid.
Yeah, it's a bit bigger. I don't know. I think they're going to go more like middle of the road with the actors in that. I can't imagine them getting any A-lister like stars in it or anything. Because I think it'll be like people that can more like disappear into the roles. I feel like if it was someone like an Andrew Garfield or an Adam Driver, or you'd only see that actor. You know what I mean? I think personally. Like I keep hearing rumours about Cillian Murphy playing Voldemort as well. I can't see that happening because he's just everywhere at the minute, isn't he? So people would just be like, I mean, I know he'd have a lot of makeup on and stuff, but I still feel like.
But realistically, each series is going to be based on each book. So you're only going to, if they say they hire Cillian Murphy to play Voldemort, you're only going to see him in the final episode of the first series on the back of Quirrell's head. And then he's going to disappear until the fourth series.
Yeah, I suppose.
When he makes his return at the end of that series. And then he'll be a pivotal player afterwards. So you're potentially hiring someone for them to actually not do much for the next 4 years, unless they do like major flashbacks where you can actually physically see him. Obviously, in the film, where you in the first film where you see Voldemort appear and kill Harry's parents, it's just a man in a cloak, hooded cloak. You don't actually ever see, other than the little pale white hand in his wand, you don't ever see a face. So unless they were to show that and actually show Cillian Murphy as Voldemort physically killing Harry's parents and things like that, then why would you hire him this early on when he's only going to make potentially 1 or 2 appearances until series 4?
Unless they have a minute more.
Because in series 2, when they do the Chamber of Secrets, it's obviously a younger Tom Riddle, so you're not going to have an older Voldemort there.
No.
Doesn't appear at all in the third book. I understand why people potentially want him, because he's a very good actor, but you're hiring someone to not really do anything in the role for at least 4 years.
Apparently they're doing 10 seasons.
So Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix perhaps may be broken into 2 series each.
Potentially, yeah. So the
because they're the bigger books. So you'd have series 4 and 5 would be Goblet of Fire, 6 and 7 would be Order of the Phoenix, and then 8 Half Blood Prince, and then the last book gets broken into 2 series again.
Yeah, maybe because It spans quite a lot of time as well, doesn't it? The last one. To be fair, there's lots of like travelling and stuff like that in there. The war goes on for a while. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't think Adam Driver will be in that series, to be honest. It's not really been in HBO or anything, has he really? He's not really in those circles and stuff. But
It's a big commitment for a Hollywood actor if he's signing on for 10 series, which he'd have to. So they probably would need to have, maybe they could potentially have a big TV name do it, but not a movie star, because it's a big commitment.
Because you look at the people they've cast so far, like obviously, I feel like John Lithgow has been on telly recently. I think he has.
Yeah, he was Churchill in The Crown.
Oh yeah, and
but again, that was only for a few appearances.
The actor who they've got to play Mrs. Weasley, she's a TV actress. She's in like the IT Crowd, and she was in Rivals on Netflix recently, and stuff like that. Obviously, Nick Frost kind of weaves in and out of TV and film, so yeah. But we've gone off hugely off topic, but still.
Catherine Parkinson's playing Molly Weasley.
Yeah, did you not know that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a TV star. Yeah. Anton Lesser, who was in Game of Thrones, in the later series, he's playing Ollivander.
They've cast Lucius as well, I think, and Malfoy. Not Malfoy. Oh, he's a Malfoy, but like Lucius and Draco, they cast them as well, I think.
Yeah, they've both been cast now. They've still got. I don't want to butcher his name, but they've still got him down on IMDb as playing Snape.
Have they? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a rumour then. I don't know, but
Paul Whitehouse is playing August Filch.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
A random one. But yeah, no, we've gone massively off topic there at the very end.
It's all film and TV anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, anyway, would you like to see Ben Solo return? Would you like to see this film that Adam Driver thinks was a really cool script? So I'm very, very curious, because I do enjoy the character. Do you enjoy the character? Did you like the sequel? Did you like the new trilogy, or were you with the majority and that thought that it was a bit of a mixed bag, with lots of bits of good ideas, but then not actually.
Stick the landing.
Not what?
It didn't stick the landing.
Oh, didn't stick a lot of things, but never mind. Maybe next time. Maybe the next trilogy will be alright.
Maybe.
Maybe in 10 years we'll look back on it with better eyes, like we do with the prequel trilogy. But never.
Do not compare the sequel trilogies to the prequels. That is a harsh critic on the prequels.
Well, have you always felt that way about the prequels, though, or is that like?
No, I appreciate the prequels more now. But since the sequels came out, they've made me realise that the prequels are actually pretty good.
Anyway,
barring a few little bits.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, to be fair. We've got a lot coming up this month, to be fair. Lewis is spearheading the Marvel recap Road to Doomsday videos, which I'm hopefully going to be able to join him on a couple of them if I can actually squeeze in some Marvel films into my week. What's up next, Lewis? Is it Iron Man 2, is it? Or is it Incredible Hulk? I can't remember what the order is.
Incredible Hulk, which I've just watched the other day, so I'll be looking at getting that one done soon. And then Iron Man 2 after that.
Okay. I might watch some in the next few days and I can join you, hopefully. If you let me know when you're going to be doing them, we can do some together.
Will do.
But yes, that's our countdown to Doomsday, so that'll be fun. Me and Lewis are going to see Scream at the weekend, so that'll be coming out soon. The Out of the Theatre and the spoiler review will be coming at you. So lots to come here on Midland Earth. So join us next week for another Midland Movie News.
Like, share and subscribe.
Yes, please. It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from him.